Hi, I'm Pam, married to my husband Will. We met at a friend's party and instantly hit it off. He had a warm smile and a way of making me feel special. We started talking and realized we had so much in common. We spent time getting to know each other, going on fun dates, and sharing laughter. Will had a goofy sense of humor that always made me giggle. We enjoyed going to the movies, long walks in the park, and having a lot of intellectual conversations. As our relationship blossomed, we became each other's best friends. We supported one another through the ups and downs. Will was always there to lend me a listening ear and offer me words of encouragement. And so, with love in our hearts and a promise to support and care for each other, we decided to take the next step and get married. It was a beautiful day filled with laughter and tears of joy in the presence of our loved ones. Fast forward to 8 months ago when we received the joyous news that we were expecting our first child. The anticipation of becoming parents consumed us with overwhelming happiness that overshadowed an underlying fear. Babe, can you believe it? We're going to be parents. I can't even put into words how happy I am right now. I know, darling, it's incredible. I've been imagining what it would be like to hold our baby in my arms, to see their little face for the first time. It's a dream come true. Absolutely, but I can't help feeling a bit scared too. We're about to embark on this incredible journey, and there's so much we don't know. What if we mess up? What if we're not ready? I get it. It's normal to have some fears and doubts, especially when it comes to such a big responsibility. But remember, we're not alone in this. We have each other and we have our families who will support us every step of the way. You're right. We're a team. And I know we'll figure it out together. It's just that the thought of being responsible for another life is both thrilling and overwhelming. I feel the same way, but let's focus on the joy and excitement that comes with this new chapter. We'll learn as we go and we'll do everything we can to give our child the love and care they deserve. You always know just what to say. I'm so grateful to have you by my side. With you as the father of our child, I know we'll create a beautiful, loving family. And I'm grateful for you too, darling. We're going to be amazing parents. I have no doubt about that. One night, while Will was sleeping, he said something that shocked me. You see, he sometimes talked in his sleep saying funny and harmless things, but that night he revealed something that left me speechless. He said he wanted to leave me right after our baby was born, before our family could even start. After that night, I noticed that Will kept repeating the same thing in his sleep. It was like a broken record playing over and over again. He would say, "I can't do this. I have to go." At first, I hoped it was just a bad dream or his worries about becoming a dad. But as the nights passed, it became clear that something was bothering him deep inside. His sleep talking made me worry and wonder about our future. I couldn't keep quiet about it anymore. I needed to talk to Will and find out what was going on. Babe, can we talk? I've noticed that something feels different between us lately. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine, darling. I've just been a bit busy with work and all. You know how it gets sometimes. I understand that work can be demanding, but it feels like there's more to it. You seem distant and I miss the connection we used to have. Is there something you're not telling me? No, really, there's nothing. I'm just dealing with some stuff. But it's nothing you need to worry about. Trust me, everything's fine. Babe, I'm your wife. We're in this together. When you're struggling or going through something, I want to be there for you. Please don't shut me out. I can sense that something's bothering you and I just want to help. I appreciate your concern, but I assure you there's nothing for you to worry about. It's just a rough patch and it'll pass. Let's not make a big deal out of it. I love you and I want us to have open and honest communication. Keeping things bottled up will only create distance between us. Please, if something is weighing on your mind, let me be there for you. We're a team, remember? I know we're a team, darling, but honestly, I'm fine. I don't want you to stress over something that will resolve itself. I promise it's nothing you need to be concerned about. Okay, I'll respect your wishes for now, but please remember that I'm here for you no matter what. We're partners and we can face anything together. Just know that you can talk to me whenever you're ready. Something changed between us. Will used to be affectionate, but now his actions felt empty and his laughter lacked warmth. It was like he wasn't fully there, leaving me confused and hurt. I wanted our connection back, to feel reassured, but it seemed impossible. As time went on, the gap between us grew wider. I poured my heart out, asking for him to be honest and communicate, but he didn't respond. It felt like he was keeping a secret, shutting me out. Whenever I tried to talk about it, he avoided the topic, changing it or pretending everything was fine. The more I tried to understand, the more distant he became, building walls between us. One day, I turned to my close friends for advice and support. They encouraged me to confront him once more, to demand the truth. That evening, I gathered my courage and confronted Will again, determined to get answers. He couldn't look me in the eye as I poured out my heart, telling him about his sleep talking, his distant behavior, and how it was hurting our relationship. I begged him to open up, to share his fears and concerns so we could work things out. But instead of understanding, there was silence. The gap between us grew deeper and I felt my hopes fading away. I realized I had tried everything I could do to communicate with him. If he wouldn't talk, I had to find answers another way. It was hard to believe. Emotions rushed through me, fear, anger, and heartbreak all mixed. I couldn't let this betrayal consume me, so I turned to the one person who I knew would understand, Will's mother, Lauren. Lauren and I had a special bond that went beyond being in-laws. She welcomed me into the family with open arms and treated me like a daughter. We shared many conversations talking about our dreams and fears. I confided in Lauren about Will's plans, and she was furious but also empathetic. Lauren, I have to tell you something. I've discovered some shocking things about Will, and it's tearing me apart. I don't know what to do. Pam, my dear, what's going on? You look so distraught. Please tell me everything. So, you know how Will sleep talks? Well, recently, he's been sleep talking about plans he's been making. Oh? What kind of plans? Will has been keeping secrets. He's been planning to leave me right after our child is born. At least that is what he has been repeating over and over again for the past couple of days. What? Are you sure these are not just innocent ramblings in his sleep? Well, whenever he sleep talks, it's usually him spilling things he usually wouldn't say when awake. Maybe this time it was a lie. That's what I'm hoping too. But every time I've tried to talk to him about it, he's either entirely avoiding or dismissing my thoughts. It's scaring me because my gut is telling me he actually plans to leave. I can't believe he would do this to our family. That no good son of mine, how dare he betray you and our family like this? Pam, I'm furious, but I'm also here for you. You're like a daughter to me, and I won't let him hurt you any further. Thank you, Lauren. I'm grateful to have your support. I don't know how to handle this situation, but I can't face it alone. You don't have to, my dear. We will get through this together. I promise you that. Whatever it takes, I will help you find the truth and protect you from any harm. I can't express how much your words mean to me, Lauren. Your love and support give me strength. We need to uncover the whole truth, no matter how difficult it may be. That's right, Pam. We'll dig into Will's past, talk to people who know him, and piece together the puzzle. We won't rest until we uncover the secrets he's been hiding. Just know that you're not alone in this, and I'll do everything in my power to make things right. Thank you. I don't know what I would do without you. She promised to support me in any way she could. Lauren started digging into Will's past, searching for answers and uncovering secrets. It was a process of looking into his memories, talking to people who knew him, and piecing together his character. We wanted to understand why he had done this, why he had considered leaving our family. Lauren reached out to people who had crossed paths with Will, trying to find clues about his choices and who he really was. Lauren started by talking to Will's old friends who had lost all contact with him. These people had once been close to him and knew of the complexities of his life back then. They could give a clearer picture of who Will really was. These old friends talked about how Will often felt restless. They said that he seemed to always have been searching for something more in life. They mentioned his struggle with commitment and his fear of being tied down. It seemed like he had a hard time staying content with stability and always longed for independence. Lauren went even further and reached out to Will's past romantic partners. She connected with people who had experienced the ups and downs of a relationship with him. They shared their stories and heartbreak and disappointment. These brave individuals talked about how their relationship with Will started off well, but gradually he became distant and detached. It was as if he was constantly looking for a way out, never fully committing to the relationship. Among these stories, one stood out. Lauren reached out to Will's girlfriend from college. Lauren always thought that the breakup had been messy, so never prodded Will about what had happened. This girl revealed that she had been left by Will when she needed him the most. She had gotten pregnant with his child. However, as soon as she told Will about the pregnancy, he seemed overjoyed. But as time passed, she began to notice how he began to act so distantly. In the end, he left her to deal with the pregnancy on her own. The girl didn't know what caused it, but she bet that it was the grief and loneliness. The girl had suffered from a severe miscarriage after 6 months of pregnancy. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. While I was a little comforted to know that I wasn't the only one that had suffered thanks to Will's commitment issues, the thought that Will had done that to someone was beyond horrifying. Lauren had looked like she had seen a ghost. She couldn't believe that she almost had a grandbaby. She couldn't believe that because of her son's recklessness and lack of empathy, she missed out on such an important milestone. But most of all, both of us were angry at the way Will had treated this girl. We profusely apologized to her and asked her if there was any way we could make it up to her. She just waved us off and told us that one day Will's karma would catch up to him, so she didn't have to do anything to hurt him. With this new information, Lauren became even more determined. She couldn't just sit back and let her son repeat his past mistakes, hurting more people along the way. Lauren decided to change her will, excluding her son from his expected share of the assets. It was a well thought out move, a consequence that would make him face the impact of his choices. She wanted to protect me, her daughter-in-law, and our child from the pain of abandonment that had haunted Will for too long. I can't thank you enough for your unwavering support and love during this difficult time. You've been my rock, and I'm forever grateful. My dear, you and our grandchild mean the world to me. I've made a decision that I want to share with you. I'm changing my will to exclude Will from his expected share of the assets. Lauren, that's a big step. I appreciate your consideration, but I don't want to cause any family conflicts. I understand your concern, but please listen to my reasoning. I want to ensure that you and our grandchild have something secure, something that won't be dependent on Will's choices. I've always assumed that everything would go to you automatically, being his wife and the mother of his child, but recent events have made me realize that we can't rely on that assumption. Lauren, I can't express how much this means to me. Your love and protection are truly remarkable. But what if Will changes? What if he realizes the gravity of his actions? My dear, I hope with all my heart that Will does change and becomes the loving and committed husband and father you deserve. However, even if he does change, I don't want to leave anything to a man who could so easily abandon a woman with a child to fend for herself. This decision is not meant to punish him, but rather to ensure yours and our grandchild's security and well-being. I got it. Your intentions are clear, and I'm touched by your thoughtfulness. It brings me comfort to know that you're looking out for us, and I'll forever cherish your support and love. You're like a daughter to me, Pam, and I'll always be here for you. So I'll do everything in my power to protect and provide for you and our grandchild. Just know that no matter what happens, my heart and my home will always be welcome to both of you. I talked to Will again because I couldn't shake the feeling that something else was going on. This time, I brought up something painful from his past, how he had left his ex-girlfriend when she was pregnant. When I said it, I saw the shock on his face, and he couldn't believe it. He tried to comfort me and save our relationship. He denied wanting to repeat his past mistakes and told me not to worry. He seemed desperate and scared of losing everything he cared about. At that moment, I felt a glimmer of hope, wanting to believe he had changed. I hoped our love could overcome his past mistakes. I held on to his promises, hoping for stability and security. But fate had other plans. A week before my due date, as I packed my hospital bag, curiosity got the best of me. In my fear and suspicion, I couldn't resist and looked into Will's journal. I knew it was wrong to snoop, but I couldn't stop myself from reading it. As I read his journal, I felt shocked. The words revealed the awful truth. Will had planned to leave me and our baby, just like he had done before. The entries explained his cold and calculated intentions, wanting to escape his responsibilities as a father and abandon our family. It hurt so much to see his true feelings written down. He wanted to end our marriage, but he stayed with me during my pregnancy. He felt trapped and just wanted to be free. It was devastating to learn the person I loved could plan to hurt us like this. The journal proved he had planned to leave us all along, and my heart felt like it was breaking into pieces. I knew I couldn't continue down this path. I couldn't keep clinging to false hope and empty apologies. I had to protect myself and my unborn child from a future of uncertainty and abandonment. With a heavy heart, I made the painful decision to cut all ties with Will. It was the only way to protect myself and my child from the cycle of pain and betrayal that seemed to follow him. I decided that I would carry on until the birth of my child before I acted on my plans. I was far too pregnant to do anything, so I had to pretend like everything was okay. Time passed and our precious child was born, bringing immense joy to the room. The day I was discharged from the hospital marked a turning point in our story. With the revised will and divorce papers in my hand, I talked to Will immediately. I handed Will the envelope containing a copy of his mother's new will and the divorce papers. He looked shocked as he read the contents. His face was drained of color. He staggered back. He gave in to the overwhelming shock and fainted. Chaos erupted in the hospital room as nurses rushed to his side, desperately trying to revive him. Amidst the chaos, I stood there feeling very satisfied and very much like I was a winner. My revenge was complete, but I knew it didn't end there. When Will regained consciousness, confusion clouded his mind as he struggled to make sense of the situation. As the haze lifted, he saw the anger and disappointment in my eyes. It made him realize that his actions had brought about this aftermath. "How dare you do this? You dragged my mother into this too?" "I didn't do that at all. In fact, this was all your mother's plan." "I thought we were good. I thought we were going to forgive and forget." "I couldn't do that. I know it was wrong, but I looked through your journal. Nobody who loved their partners would ever write such disgusting and elaborate plans of leaving their vulnerable partner. Why would you do that? That's a gross invasion of my privacy." "I'm only sorry for that. I would much rather only be sorry to you right now than be sorry to our son, also when you eventually leave us. You've shown me your true colors, and I hate it." "Please, just you watch. You come running back to me the second this child gets too expensive for you." "I doubt it." "Okay, fine. I have to admit that I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know what came over me at that moment. I guess I was just having a rough week. Please, don't leave me. I'm nothing without you." I almost gave in to Will's pleas again, but then I remembered the way that he had switched tactics so fast, from belittling me to begging me just so he could keep me around. That was not okay. I knew If I went back to him, it would only get worse. Today, I am a survivor. I don't let that heartbreak define me anymore. Instead, I focus on the strength I found within myself. Revenge, when used wisely, can help us grow and become stronger. Remember, no matter how hurtful the betrayal, there is hope for a better tomorrow. Stand tall, be strong, and let your revenge be the stepping stone to a brighter future.